After eons of tyranny, the demon god Adir was finally overthrown by humanity. Though fear of his terrible power endured. And so was formed the hallowed Sentinels. Our duty being to stand vigil for signs of his return. Even exile to another realm could not silence the fallen god forever. And in time, Adir's malignant influence pervaded the world once more. In his hunger for vengeance, Adir orchestrated the return of his demonic army. Light was swallowed by shadow, and with it, hope. A new, grim champion arises. The Dark Crusader. And perhaps it will indeed come to pass that only they who shun the light in order to fight the darkness possess the power to defy a god.
Well, hello there. My name is ElderGodAergos, and I am going to be trying to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while. A little bit of a speed run with a new character for Lords of the Fallen 2023. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Ages pass, distorting self-delusion into faith, with few obtaining the revelations they so desperately seek. In a conflict between the divine, are mortals mere pawns? Whether the flesh of gods or death itself, all will be consumed. For she must feed.
Boris, forgive me. I'd steer this weapon of deliverance to a worthier servant than I.
Possessed the metal for this, Crusader. You failed.
Alright. So that, I think, was actually a new cutscene. I actually have never seen that before. I've been playing this game, Lords of the Fallen 2023, since its release. And I've never actually seen that cutscene. Which is interesting, actually. So with this, I can choose the Dark Crusader, which is actually a DLC character. I have the deluxe edition of the game, and all the characters that I have done so far have basically been the Dark Crusader, but I want to change something up. So what I could do, I do want to see maybe a sword and shield, or maybe, let's see, I could do Condemned, but I would rather not have to deal with that torture. I'm pretty sure people will understand that. It's like the previous characters that I used to have were like mage builds, where I had infinite stamina, infinite mana, like mana regen. But I know that the developers have come out with updates to actually lessen the abilities of the magic and make it more costly on mana consumption because it was overpowered for PvP. So I'm actually just going to do the Hollowed Knight. Cause fuck it. And I'm gonna be... Now which one is this? Is this a female or a male? It's female, yeah. So let's see, we're gonna make this as fugly as possible. Let's see that. We're gonna have obviously purple skin like Barney the dinosaur. The huge. Perfect. Okay. Next, muscles. Large, yes please. And then tattoos, I don't care at all about that. Change name. We will be... Scary Bee 2. As a reference to my Bloodborne character, because my Bloodborne character is Scary Bee. So let's go. And now, these are the modifiers. It's like Iron Man is if you lose, like if you die, you have to restart from the beginning at the tutorial. Which, when me and my buddy Celtic Canadian did our playthrough of this, it was hell. And this was pre-updates and pre-nerfs of anything, so it was all original. And it was hell. We managed to do it without dying once. But it was hell. Pre-upgraded loot, well, that's self-explanatory, but it only works as long as you get to higher levels. It will upgrade your loot to that specific level. If you are still a beginner, it won't do anything. But I will have it on because, well, if I level up, I can at least have upgraded loot. So, randomized loot, it's okay. I am going to put it on, but for any beginners, you might not want to have this on for your first run because you want to at least gain the appropriate items and stuff like upgrades for your flasks. Because when you put this on, your flasks upgrades, everything except for certain items will be just randomized. So you won't be able to level up your flasks properly. You won't gain like specific items like a stamina regen ring or like your mana regen items and stuff like that. However, you can gain equipment that you usually would have to actually grind for and fight a long time to actually acquire very easily. So I'm putting that on. It might fuck me over in the end, but we'll see. Randomized enemies I am not putting on. That is horrifyingly bad. Unless you want to have like boss tier monsters being at the beginning location and then just dying instantly. We've done it. It's horrible. So, no thank you. Increased enemy density. This is good. I'm actually going to tell you something about this. So, what the devs did with the with this modifier specifically is that they actually put everything back to how it used to be when the game was released. Because when the game was released, the game had a massive over-encumbering of enemies that they had to slowly whittle, like, tweak and get rid of just to have game optimization working appropriately. So this modifier brings back most of those enemies that they took out, which it's okay if you want to have like a shit ton of enemies coming after you constantly, which for this run I don't want. And Withered Health is a horrifying, god-awful disaster of a mod. So you cannot heal. You gain health only by striking enemies, and that's it. You cannot recover your health by using your Sanguinarix charge, which is your flask. You cannot use health regen, like items like crystals and stuff. You cannot use those. You have to physically strike enemies to gain health. Which, when we did the Iron Man and Withered Health run, that was the hardest thing that we have ever done in this game. And I can tell you, it is bullshit. And with these, like, so these are here to, like, your fires and, like, lanterns and stuff. If you're used to Souls games, you have, like, Dark Souls has the fire, like, the fire pit, the bonfire. Bloodborne has the lamps. Elden Ring has the grazes. And this has lanterns. And with these lanterns is that if you have no vestige decay, they're all going to be there. Minor vestige decay gets rid of a few of them. So you have to go like periods of time without actually having a rest point unless you want to use what is called a seedling, which you plant into the ground and it becomes your temporary lamp spot basically. You have extensive, and then you have tremendous. Tremendous is you basically have nothing other than the main hub's lantern and the one of the shrine's lanterns, and that's it. You have to use seedlings for the rest of the game, which we've done this. It's part of a trophy, and it is really, really, really fucking stressful. But we did it. So we're gonna go with no vestige decay. It already has it on, so we are going to start.
Lo, the latest receiver of his grace. Great potential dwells within you, doubtless, for you to be chosen thusly. And so does Aureus' wisdom guide my hand in the bestowment of this subsequent boon. Your flesh has been made sacrosanct with the mark of the Dark Crusaders. Prove yourself worthy of this gift. Seek me in the bowels of the bridge. Our work is of the greatest import.
Okay, so This is going to be a slight speed run. It's not going to really be a full speed run where I don't give a shit about anything. I am going to be just like slowly going through the areas somewhat so I can get some certain items. That, and I am used to Bloodborne controls, so it's going to take me a while to get used to Lords of the Fallen controls again, which I do apologize. But here we go. Also, I do apologize if my controller can be heard. The sound settings that I have for this is probably extremely fucking high, so I do apologize. Ooh, brand ring. Yes, please. The brawn ring increases strength attributes. I actually don't mind that. And as I said before, I have randomized loot on, so this is all randomized stuff. Fuck, after playing Bloodborne for so long, like coming back to this, I can tell, just look at these fucking graphics, man, like, holy. And it's so fluent compared to Bloodborne. Ooh, I already got the throwable for the borrower, but I'm pretty sure I can't use it, can I? Oh, I can. You see, this thing, I used to use it a lot, but I actually will keep the grenade on because the grenade actually has better, what is it called? Area of effect. AoE. Come here, you. Okie dokie. Oh, and now I gotta use this. Yeet. Surprised the guy didn't even see it. Animated Vicar Skull, okay. There's a guy up there, and then I gotta go through here. Kick the shit out of you. Ooh, I already got an Inferno spell. That's nice. But I need to get the Inferno Catalyst for that. So now I gotta go through here. Go into Umbral. Which, the thing that they did with this is actually nice. So down here, you see the L2 and R2. That actually never used to be a thing. You would have to actually bring out the lantern itself, then press R2. But look at this. I could just do that. It's so much easier. Okay, come here, you. I'm gonna gain my health back. It's like, look at that. I just have to press both at the same time instead of having to do like one then the other. That's so nice. Damn it. So this item right there, that Umbral Belly, is actually a Sanguinaric's charge if you don't have randomized loot. That will be your first for upgrading your flask. But since I have randomized loot, I am screwing myself over a little bit. And I got a magic ward instead. Great. That is actually very bad. Nice. Either Wither Assaults, that's not bad. I'm not really going to be using that much anyways. I might use the Fire Assaults. I'm out of stamina. I'm so used to Bloodborne where I have basically infinite stamina. So we go up here. Yeet, yeet. And then get rid of this guy. This will open up the door. Okie dokie, now I'm gonna exit out of Umbral. Sorry. Get rid of this guy. Okay, and now here is the actual outside of the tutorial area. This is our first vestige. Vestige of Rennick. And of course I got the vestige moth, the desecrated one, where it, that's the one that makes it so that you can return to the vestige, but you lose all your vigor. So you lose any type of like progress you get for leveling up your things with that. So now, do I have enough to level up actually? I do not. So we're going to go into the first boss, the tutorial boss, which is going to be Holy Bulwark Auto. Now the funny thing about this is that the devs actually got rid of a secondary boss for beginning characters, which is the Light Reaper, that the guy that killed Paladin Isaac at the cutscenes in the beginning. Because after Auto, you're supposed to fight him, but they got rid of it for new game characters, like creating a new character, and only adding him back in as New Game Plus playthroughs. Because they wanted to make it seamless for the cutscenes and all the the gameplay and stuff, which I do think that it was a good idea. But the beginning cutscene where Executor Dunmire is resurrecting us, the Light Reaper can be seen flying in the sky, and then after Auto, he's supposed to drop down and fight you. So the devs actually didn't get rid of that, which is strange, because it kind of leaves a hole in the story a little bit. But I understand where they're wanting it to be seamless. I gotta get rid of that parasite. There you go. Get rid of that parasite. Get your ass here. This will be the map. And then time to run over here. So over here is going to be an item called the Flayed Skin. And this starts a very long quest to get that item over there. Now this will begin Paladin Isaac or Paladin Samuel's quest line, which then you'll have to actually fight him in the Umbral realm at the end to gain the Paladin armor. Which that fight is bullshit. Just saying. It is nice, but it's bullshit. So now I have to enter Umbral. Get this little guy over here. Fuck, that L2R2 is just beautiful. And this guy is Harkin. Harkin is from the original Lords of the Fallen from 2014. He is actually the protagonist of that game. You actually get to play as Harkin. This game is 1,000 years after that game, and Harkin is corrupt. Like, he's decayed, corrupted, and old. He is immortal to a degree, but he is crazed beyond comprehension, and he is, like, slightly evil.
I always wondered if there were others. You're probably thinking that lamp
Also,
is
his
just a
hand
tool
is,
to
like,
be used as you
gone.
see fit.
All the flesh is, like,
Take it
gone.
lightly, and you'll find it's the other way around. Mark
And
my
in this
words.
game, he's called the Iron Wayfarer.
I don't know who you are, and I don't care. But since it seems a deer has you marked, making you a bigger threat to the Rogar serves us both. I've defied the wills of gods and kings. If you know any kind of freedom, you'll do the same.
Okay, whatever you say. Gonna get the second vestige. Vestige of Henelor. And I can upgrade, but I'm gonna rest first because I need to get out of the Umbral Realm. Hey Harkin, now I can actually see you properly. I can upgrade. So I'm going to upgrade my agility. Well, actually, agility is actually not bad yet. I want to do Radiance because... So, I highly use Radiant Magic for healing because it's so much easier. And you also get a spell, like a lightning spell. I can't remember what it's called specifically, but it is one of the most overpowered spells that you could possibly ever use, and it is amazing. But that's going to have to wait because it does take a lot to get. And I do want to have at least some agility in the pool so I can wield certain items properly, like certain weapons. Excuse me. So we're gonna go through here. I'm gonna get rid of these guys before I do anything else. Oh, there's usually an enemy there. But I guess there isn't really one there when you're doing the non-enemy density mod. So now we're gonna enter Umbral. And we're gonna play this little guy.
Sentinels! To the crypt! Fall back! Fall back!
No! Wait! Where are you going? Help us!
To get the Umbral Scoring. Umbral Scoring is an item that is used for like... Oh, I got the Sword of Skin and Tooth already? Are you serious? That's a double-handed weapon and it's massive. Well, it's a grand sword, great sword. I can't wield it because it takes 36 fucking strength, but it's a good grand sword if you want to be doing that. Now, as I was saying with this, I've seen this cutscene so many times it's insane. Me and my buddy, Celtic Canadian, have played this game roughly around 30 to 40-ish times, actually. Like, we took turns going to each other's worlds and finished off, like, certain stories. We both platinumed this game. And completed all the mod trophies. Enhanced grenade, that's not bad. Now am I gonna get a sword from this or not? Bloodletter? Okay, that's a fist weapon, but I ain't doing no fucking fist weapons. Now there's usually an enemy here too, resting when you have the enemy density mod on. Gonna get this down. That guy's gonna start chucking shit at me. Split crossbow. Don't really want that, but we'll take it. So there is an enemy called a proselyte through there. I can try and attack him, but I'm not going to yet. Now there's usually enemies behind there, but there's none. There's one here. Ooh, I missed. We're gonna get this guy. Gotta go up behind him. This is actually a tutorial area, and it tells you to go behind this guy and hold your R2 to do like a backstab, like a visceral attack from Bloodborne kind of thing. Oh, I got a color set already. Actually, I forgot. I actually have all my things from my other characters because these are from the shrines and they are permanent throughout all your characters. The only ones that are not permanent are the common ones where you have to pick up in the world. And I usually go with the Exalted for everything because it's gold. I like gold. And we're gonna get the third vestige. Vestige of Marco the Axe, which is the, if I remember correctly, Marco the Axe is the one of the eyeballs that you get from killing the Scarlet Reaper, the Scarlet Shadow, I think is what its name is, which appears in the Umbral Realm as like a kind of like a enemy that appears when you stay in the Umbral Realm for too long. He will attack you, and he is really fucking difficult to kill. But we've done it, and once you kill him, you get Marco the Axe's Eye, like Umbral Eye, which makes, if you put it in your main slot, it makes it so that you, the enemies in Umbral are afraid of you, like the lesser enemies, but it makes it so that the Scarlet Shadow his spawn point is a lot faster. So, yeah. It also makes like a cool little red aura around your head. Yeah, do I really want to go down there? Down there is like, if you don't have randomized loot on, it's an Umbral Eye that you can get down there, but I'm not really going to go down there. So we're going to get this guy. Now this is usually the stamina ring, but it's not going to be for me because I have randomized loot. It is Umbral Eye of Blind Agatha, which I can't utilize that yet, since I don't have the lamp upgrade, which I'll be getting once I get to Pilgrim's Perch. Gonna pick this up. Yeet. A Vestige Moth, that's good. Get rid of this. Oh, wrong one. Yeet. Wither arrows, I will not use that at all. Come on, get on the ladder. There we go. Oh, that was close. You're supposed to be up here, man, not down there. I'm gonna get out of Umbral. Gonna kick this down. Now, if I remember, that guy's gonna come back up here, I'm pretty sure. Get rid of this. Give me that. Proselyte gauntlets, that's good. See if I can put those on. You didn't drop anything. Climb up the ladder. Gain this. It's Holy Ward. Not gonna use it, but okay. Hey Harkin, again. How did you get here? I didn't see you go past.
You carry the lamp long enough, and you'll see history repeat. Over and over. If you don't want to keep retreading the same ground yourself should you fall, make use of this.
That's a Vestige Seed. That will be placed in that flower bed.
Guidance than I ever had. From now on, find your own way and stay out of mine. I've given you more from now on.
Okie dokie. So we do this, and then we put this little infant-looking seed thing here. And now we can rest if we want to, which I will. So now, Harkin is going to be still there. Okay. Now we're going to go through here. And then... yeah, up there is this area. So that's the big-ass hand that we really don't have much of, like, lore on what the fuck that actually is, other than, like, it could possibly be a deer's hand. As far as I've read in lore and shit, which I haven't really delved deep into that. But yeah. We're actually going to end the video here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.